Yo, welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast. Podcast for positivity, progression, finding your own path. It's your co-host, Jake. That's all I got for y'all today.
Word. It's your boy Spence, King Aquarius, wealth strategist. I retired Mr. 20%, right? Yeah, here we are. Another Tuesday at the collective space. We've messed with a lot of C places. But yeah, the collective space, 258 Windsor Ave in Windsor, Connecticut. Come pop up if it's a dope place for you to get some work done, get a little space to do your entrepreneurial thing over on the side, create a podcast, record a video shoot, photo shoot. It's a dope new spot here in Windsor. Shoot. I guess we could just jump off into the question of the day. It's been a long week. It's only Tuesday. It's been a long week. Like, I'm beat. But I guess my question for the day for Jacob and the folks at home is, what is your threshold for discomfort in order to become your version of successful?
What is my threshold of discomfort in order to become successful? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that nothing comfortable, no growth comes from being comfortable. So I think you just got to push yourself to be uncomfortable. Taking risks. Like somebody asked me yesterday, like, "Oh, describe yourself." And I was like, "I think I'm like a free spirit." And they're like, "What do you mean by a free spirit?" And I was just like, I just like to take risks and kind of be laid back and worry less and live more. And I think that is the threshold to push for success, because the more you worry, the less willing to take chances you are. Now, in saying that, I'm not saying be careless. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you just be out here wilding. But the more you worry about outcomes and the more you worry about what could affect you and what could happen, the more cautious and less pushing you are more likely to be. I'm not saying this is Bible, like, you know?
Okay.
I don't know if I answered your question.
Nah. So, like, what's your threshold? Like, I guess, where's the kill switch for you?
Yeah, no. So, right. For me, it's when I don't feel like I can be myself, when I feel like I'm not growing, if that makes sense. Because I'm going to take chances. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So, when I get to that point that it's just like I'm no longer free, because I feel like my personality is very, like, free-giving. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I can no longer be myself within that success, I don't want it. If I don't know if I'm articulating that right.
Well, so the question is, what's your threshold for discomfort in order to achieve in order to achieve your version of success?
Be a long day.
It's just like,
it's gonna be a long day.
To get there. Like, what's
No, you answer the question. You got it.
What you mean?
I just pass. You got it.
How you gonna bow out the question?
I got it wrong.
All right. I don't my threshold for discomfort. Death. I don't know. Like, what are we doing it for? I don't know. I feel like I've realized that, I just don't. I don't know. I don't think there's much that I'm not willing to go through to get to where I want to be, as long as, like you said, I'm growing, helping people along the way, and being the best version of myself. I guess there's going to be, like, trials and tribulations along the way, and, like, discomfort is going to yield growth. But I don't know. I don't think there's really a level of discomfort that I'm not willing to go through to get to where I want to go.
That's fair. Fuck with that.
You know I got it.
He said we can't see him.
Oh, that is a wrestling thing, huh?
Yeah.
I never watched wrestling.
Never? Like, not even as... Well,
Nah.
I know you didn't watch it as a kid.
Nah.
That's unfortunate. That was a good time. Back in the 90s, early 2000s.
It's just so fake.
It wasn't as... Okay. It was fake back then.
Yeah.
Like, but it wasn't as fake. It was a little more entertaining back in the, like, early 90s. I mean, late 90s, early 2000s. The Stone Colds, The Rocks. I think John Cena was actually the beginning of the downfall of wrestling. Like, that era of, like, him, Batista, Randy Orton. You have no idea who I'm talking about. But
Me?
Yeah.
I 100% do. I actually watched a documentary. That was the turning point of when they actually started expanding financially. So it's funny you say that.
Well, in terms of entertainment.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, that's when it was like, all right, this shit.
Brother.
Mainstream.
Yeah, that's that. There you go.
They turned into pop.
Yeah.
Where WWE went pop.
But you're right. They did absolutely start
Mainstream.
Yeah.
making more money when those it changed.
Okay.
You know.
Motherfuckers weren't getting hit with, yo, the original folding table. This came from WWE.
Chair.
Folding chair, yeah.
I was like, niggas was getting hit with tables now.
Well,
I know I've been off social media for a bit, but damn, that's crazy. So shit, what we talking about today, bro? What's today's topic?
Man, I handled the question. What's the topic?
This nigga said curveball. Well, shit, we both sitting here, you know, two guys that just like to hustle and get after our own entrepreneurs, as we like to call ourselves. What happened?
I never called myself that before.
You never called yourself an entrepreneur?
Yeah, but I didn't know what you just said.
The entrepreneur. That's how it's spelled. No?
Yeah, it's like the pot.
So yeah, we both entrepreneurs, and I don't know. I think it would be dope to kind of talk about like the behind the scenes, the hustle of it, the grind. Because niggas don't know the shit we go through. So yeah, that's what up.
Word. So I don't know. Like, what's a day in the life of an entrepreneur for you?
The shit sucks. I ain't gonna hold you.
Highly ghetto.
I think back to the first time I ever learned what an entrepreneur was. So I was in high school freshman year. We had actually an entrepreneur class. Oh, white dude, Mr. Griffin.
In high school? That's dope.
Yeah. And basically, like, each quarter, you were given a product to sell, and you had to, like, make your own business plan behind it.
I love
so,
that.
like,
Yeah.
and then if you actually wanted to, like, sell the product, they would order it for you, and obviously you had to, like, a percentage had to go back to the company, and then the other half you actually got to, like, keep.
So it's child labor.
I guess. I don't know if that was legal, but they had like these dope thermal socks that I made a fucking killing off of.
For real?
Bro. Because the thing was, like, part of building your own business, like, you got to set your own price. You know what I mean? So obviously, like, you had to make sure the company got their cut back. You're right. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna give you 10 and I'm gonna keep 20.
The
like,
cost of the product.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever it was, that was like the bare minimum.
Interesting.
So like around Christmas time, we were like, one time we were selling thermal socks, and everybody was like, I love these socks. Wow, I was hustling them niggas. And then we did Italian ice too. Was like the other quarter, but that was like the first taste of like, actually go get it. You know, and even I'm thinking to like when we used to have to shovel the driveway. Like me and my neighbor Brandon, dude, like I would go help him shovel his driveway. He would come then help me shovel my driveway, and we would just go do driveways for $50 a pop.
That's what's up.
And all right, bro, you keep that house, I keep this house, and we would easily each $150, $200. But it was like it's something liberating knowing, like I call the shots and I'm getting rewarded for my shit.
Word.
You know what I mean?
So back to your initial statement, it doesn't suck.
It does though. Like the reward is good.
Yeah.
The reward is there, but to get to that reward is a bitch.
Yeah.
And it ain't for everybody.
It's definitely not. I love that shit. I'm like loving it more and more every day. 'Cause like the grind, the hustle, the gratification from like reaping the rewards of your hard work, is definitely satisfying. It's definitely a lot of work. Like I think you really have to understand why you're doing certain things and like remind yourself. And it always has to be something bigger than you, because this is why I say people need religion, because people don't believe that they themselves are enough to like push themselves. So like if you find something bigger than you that's helping other people, I think that's enough of a push to like help you get out of bed some days where you're just like, I don't feel like doing this shit. But nah, that's dope. I remember, to your point, hustling socks. Do you remember those fundraisers they used to have us do? Bruh, I not like thinking about it, all the work I did in these fundraisers just to get like this little ass prize that probably 10
bullshit.
Yeah, 10 products that I pushed would have got it. Like absolutely ridiculous.
Bro, I remember getting them shits and being like, bro, I'm about to sell the fuck out of this shit. And they sell nothing.
Oh, I bodied them shits.
But yeah, I was like, bro, I'd be like, Ma, take this shit to work. If some people buy it, cool. If not, fuck it. Like,
nah, I used to go door to door.
I remember my sister used to come home with the chocolate boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to eat her shit.
That's fucked up. That's so shady.
Oh, man. So what's the pros and cons? Like, being an entrepreneur, working with, is it better to work with other people or work by yourself?
As an entrepreneur, it's definitely better to build a team, and be like very deliberate and intentional about like what you're doing. But like you also have to work up to that. So like sometimes if you have your own idea and vision, you got to grind it out until you have the means to build said team, or you get a team of people who have a similar vision and are willing to execute at all costs. But I think it's definitely better to collaborate than to do it solo.
You brought up a good point about what'd you say, believing in a similar vision.
Yeah.
How do you get people to believe in your vision if it was your vision to begin? Like, you got to get them to like buy in.
That is the art. Well, so everything is sales. Like, no matter what anybody says, I don't want to be a salesperson. Like, well, you sell every day, whether you realize it or not. Like, you might as well be intentional. So, like, getting people to buy into your vision, you have to paint a picture of what your vision is. And if they like the painting and they want to add to it, that's a goal. And if they don't like the painting, then they're just not for you.
Kick rocks.
Yeah, basically, like, not everybody, you just got to get in where you fit in. Like, not everyone could come along for the ride, so.
And sometimes people are along for the ride, but they got to get off.
That part. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Back to your question, the pros and cons, though. Pros is there's no ceiling. It's literally to the moon. Cons, there's also no floor.
Can't say you just floating.
Yeah, it's like you could really plummet to the Earth's core if you really wanted to. But the pro of that is also you can build yourself back up. So it's like, I think the pros outweigh the cons, but
if you do it right.
Yes, but I think if you don't quit, eventually you'll do it right. Like, you're going to figure it out eventually.
Think so?
100%. Yeah. I think not every vision is going to be a multi-million, multi-billion-dollar vision, but...
So it's like, what are you really setting out to do?
Yeah, like, honestly, if you happy, Mark Cuban said it, I mean, it's easy for, like, a billionaire to say it, but he's like, yeah, I'd much rather make, 80 grand working for myself than 500 grand working for someone else. So...
See, that's why I know I can make it as an entrepreneur, because I know I can't work for other people. Like, I'm too outspoken, too free-minded, too, like...
Culture shifter.
That might be it. Like, not that I think in society there's too many...
sheep?
Well, yeah, but there's too much, like, just built-in structure that is, this is it and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, the school system. This is how we do shit, and we just gonna rock with it. You know? So,
again, like, school systems and these cultures, horrible salespeople. Because if they got people to buy in, like, people would be much happier. Like, the leading indicator to a failing business is middle management. It's the worst job to have because you really have no power, but you have so much responsibility.
Right. And it's just the thought of, like, I got to come to work for someone or something that I don't agree with.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, if I don't, I get fired. If I speak up, I get fired. But then if I just sit here and shut the fuck up, I'm a sheep. You know,
yeah.
So it's like I'm not just gonna sit here and shut up, and I'm not gonna sit here and follow you because that's what you want me to do. So that's why for this it's like I could find a way within your industry to make a change my way.
Yeah, I mean, what's the show with The Rock that I just watched twice? Ballers. That's essentially, I mean, that's a very, like, drastic version of it, but that's essentially what he's trying to do, is just give back to the people that are putting their blood, sweat, and tears on the line and aren't getting any of the major benefits behind it. But, I mean, I think there is certain cultures respect people like that. And, again, I don't like office politics. I don't have the personality for it to, like, cozy up to somebody just so I can either get a promotion or, like, look good in front of their eyes or their boss. Like, I just realize I don't like everybody.
I don't like a motherfucker that play dumb. That, like
a boss?
Like, you know what? We could use that example. Like a motherfucker that act like they don't know why someone's upset or don't act like they don't know what happened. It's like, motherfucker, you caused this shit. Like, you know what's going on. You are in charge of it. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like in the what do we call it? The business world or
corporate America?
That's the stupid word. I think that those people are constantly trying to play chess, and they're actually really bad at it.
Nah, they're really good at it, man. That's why I said I can't play those games because the people who are really good at it, you can just tell from a mile away they're so fake.
Okay.
And they're like,
well, hold on. If I agree, but I disagree with what you said. They're so good at it, you can tell that they're fake. So if you can tell they're fake, does that mean they're good at it? Like, if you were actually good at it, you would seem like a sincere... You get what I'm trying to say?
No, because I read energy like I'm reading a fucking children's book. Like, I could tell...
No, I feel you.
I could tell it's not being sincere, but they're so good at it because most people can't.
I see what you're saying.
So
I see what you're saying.
But, like, I pick up on that immediately. I'm like, man, I can't trust you with shit.
And that's why I'd rather do this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let me put a couple people around me. Let me call the shots. Let me be my voice. And it's funny because I was thinking about the soft-ass NBA players that we have in the league today.
I got a question for this. Go ahead.
The nigga was right.
Okay.
He was right.
Bet. Because I felt the same way. I was just like, yeah, no, he's a world champion.
And granted,
he didn't say it right.
I was going to say, he probably could have articulated it a little better.
Yeah.
But what he said was not wrong.
I was like, yeah, when y'all go to the Olympics and win, y'all are world champions.
And they were trying to say, oh, the best players from around the world come here and we're the best league in the world. So that makes us the world champs. But what he was really trying to say, if you listen to the whole fucking thing, and this is actually a great point and was going to take me to my bigger point, was like, he was basically trying to say, like, as Americans, we just try to control things, right?
Right.
Like,
the narrative.
Exactly. The narrative.
Yeah.
We're the best. We're the number one in the world, so that makes us world champions. No, it does not. Like, I'm sorry, it does. No.
If we were world champions, we wouldn't get people from other countries.
If you actually look at the top 5 players in the NBA, I'm pretty sure they're all. I don't want to say immigrant, like.
They don't live here.
Yeah, they're not from here. They're
Joker doesn't live here. He was
Jokic, Giannis, what's old boy, Luka, Embiid.
So it's like you're not best in the world. Like the world comes here to be the best and get paid.
Like
that's it.
And again, he didn't say anything wrong, but to that point now, because media is so accessible, and I think personnel in the media get upset because these people have their own voice now, and it's like, bro, y'all sound stupid.
Shout out Sha'Carri Richardson, because Sha'Carri, my bad. I'm so used to saying, bruh, because she stood literally on what she said she was going to do. Like, yeah, y'all turn your backs on me. Watch this. But I was also curious how old boy is.
He's young.
I could tell because it's like, man, you ain't getting any media training. But, like, I respect it. Like, talk your shit because you went out there, you won race after race after race, and it's like, yo, I'm competing with people who are representing their country.
And it's just like, it's that, but it's also like, I'm out here busting my ass for this title.
Right.
Fastest man in the world. You know what I mean? like in the world.
Yeah, not just the U.S.
Yeah.
Country to country, like, I got that.
That's him winning the U.S. trials and being like, I'm the fastest man in the world.
Right.
Nah, bro, that's not how the shit works. So I really don't think what he said, again, could have said it better.
Yeah.
But I don't think he said anything wrong. Yeah. But when you're your own entity, you could talk your shit.
As long as you stand on it. Listen, I respect anybody who goes against the grain, talks their shit and backs it up. Like, what you gonna tell me?
And I feel like you can only do that when you're an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, facts. Because if you work for a major corporation, you don't have your own voice. Like that's
ESPN.
Facts.
That's why, and I feel like we said this last episode. That's why I like Ryan Clark.
Oh yeah, you did say
because
that.
He's found a way to maintain his authenticity while still representing a company.
Was he the one who went at Stephen A. Smith? He's like, yo, we got all the same degrees? Or was that somebody else?
Probably.
Okay. He was just like, yo, you can say things a certain way because, like, I got that degree. It's like, you don't have to be so... Like, Stephen A. Smith, he's so corny to me. Like, he cool. I respect him where he's come from in his story.
So that's that part, right? When Stephen A. was coming up, he had to build that...
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because, like, there weren't many black...
he was soft
TV personality.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So he had to become this person. And granted, he's a pioneer in it, so I get it. But now it's like, bro, and you're going to obviously stay true to who you are or the persona you've built.
Yeah.
But it's like, if he was trying to come up today like that, I don't think he'd be as successful.
Ooh, that's interesting. I'm not sure. I just don't like how he brings up players' contracts like he's the one paying them. Like, yo, this team's paying you X amount of dollars, millions, da-da-da-da, and you over here sitting out doing this, doing that. It's just like, bro, you sit behind a desk and, like, your job is to read the stats given to you in the morning and reiterate it in your own way. But like, bro, you're not putting your body on the line here. It's very interesting.
He lost me with his Kyrie slander.
Right.
Because whether you want to get vaccinated or not, right? Kyrie was standing up for something he believed in, and he was representing, because they were like, "Oh, what are you trying to demonstrate, or who are you an example to?" He was standing up for people that believed in something that didn't have a voice, and just because it opposed what you were believing, it was wrong. And it's like, bro, so now everybody that goes against you is wrong?
You have a duty to the fans. Like, I remember him going off
and
about it.
it was, to me, like, that shit was so distasteful. Because as another man of color, right? Hey, bro, I don't agree with you, but I respect that you're standing up for something.
Sure.
Like, that would have been a more powerful message than, who does his brother think he is? He needs to retire. Let me tell you one thing from Stephen A. Shut the fuck up.
Facts.
Like, nah. You know, like, he lost me there.
Shump had the best.
I like him.
That's my guy, bro.
I like him.
Like, anytime he has an interview, he just talks his shit. Because he was just like, bro, like, because on Vlad, they tried to ask him. He was just like, he's just a man who let his nuts hang. He's like, yeah, take the millions. Take that. I'm not getting a shot. And he's like, and you have to respect it. Like, he's standing on what he says he's going to do as a man. He's a grown-ass man, bro. Like, let him do his thing. But the thing is, like, these major, like, the NBA, the NFL, like, these are all unions. So it's like, because you're part of this organization and, like, you are getting paid to supposedly do the thing that you love, like, they have a lot of parameters on, like, what you're allowed to do. Like, the fines that NFL players get
insane
for anything, if you show up late to a meeting, it's 8 bands. Like, what?
That's wild.
It's yeah, it's I would definitely choose entrepreneur life, which is funny too, because like I'm in the finance industry, so there's a lot of like red tape and parameters around like what I do, but I can still talk my shit to who I know it's gonna resonate with, which is like my favorite thing. I've definitely been like in my niche of people who like appreciate what I do. And tell other people who appreciate.
What happens when you get to the point that you because you said like it's better to work with a team, build people, make connections, blah blah. When you work with other people who become unreliable.
When you work,
not like the people in your team, like you built a relationship with another podcast. You know what I mean? Or like are people all, I don't know if I'm articulating.
No, I mean, so I'll keep it in my industry, right? So like when I obtain a client, like this is a mutually beneficial relationship. Like I'm investing in them as much as they're investing in my expertise. Sometimes you got to fire a client. Like sometimes, like, bruh, the energy and effort I'm putting in, and you're not reciprocating my intellectual capital, like expertise, in a way that's going to be mutually beneficial, it's just like, why are we wasting both of our times?
Facts.
Like, I could give you someone else and maybe the message will resonate better. Like, sometimes I just put it on myself. Like, yo, honestly, maybe I'm not articulating myself properly for you, and maybe we just don't vibe. Like, that's okay. But I can't just be putting energy into you and you not stick to like the plan. Like when I showed you, you were just like, oh, I get it. This makes sense. Cool. Where some people's like, oh, I get it, but they can't kick some bad habits. Like, yeah, like, you know, grocery shopping is just so inconvenient, so I'm just going to Uber Eat every day. Like, you're spending grocery money within 2 days of Uber eating. Just fucking go grocery shopping.
And the crazy shit is you could spend an extra $10 and now have your groceries brought to you.
Right. But but you know, I don't have time to like, I don't know, people who come up with excuses before solutions, I have a hard time resonating with.
One of my favorite sayings or quotes is that excuses are not reasons.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't do this because, like, bro, that's an excuse. Now, if a reason, bro, I got in a car accident. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
That's not an excuse.
I was in the hospital. That's not an excuse. Like, there was nothing I could do.
Right.
But, like, I'm now coaching back at Bloomfield High, and I've been trying to get these dudes for summer conditioning.
I was going to say, how's that going?
Ooh, child.
Because,
you know what?
it's not the private school folk.
It's actually surprisingly good.
Okay.
But I'll get to that after, right?
All right.
But excuses are not reasons, right? I got kids that are missing summer conditioning. Granted, summer conditioning is optional.
Okay.
I technically cannot say you have to be here.
But you know who wants it, who shows up.
Right. I got kids saying, yo, I got to go to work. And my thing is like, okay, cool. You got to go to work. But if you're working at Dunkin' Donuts, you can also go to your manager and say, hey, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I need 3 to 4:30 cleared.
You'd be surprised, bro. Retail schedules suck. Like, it's really hard to get the...
Well, unless, right,
Yeah.
you are depended on in your home to help provide. If you ask me, how bad do you want it? Because a lot of these kids, I had a kid the other day, man, I got to go to Rundown CT downtown so I could buy a $500 pair of shoes. I was like, you get what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's wild.
I'm like, bro, well, how much money did you make this summer? He was like, well, I made $3,000 working at the rec. So you're gonna spend $500 of that $300 on one pair of shoes?
I gotta look good the first quarter.
But then, okay, so then that's what they say. Well, I wanna buy a new pair of shoes. Well, live within your means, because now you're trying to support a lifestyle that's not even sustainable.
See, this is such an uphill battle because realistically, you're not the one who's supposed to be having that conversation.
No. Right.
But you're not wrong.
No, I bro, 100%. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like, so what do you want to be? A high school kid who has the opportunity to win a state championship that you're going to remember for the rest of your life, right? And do extracurriculars that are going to help you get into college, trade school, or whatever, and maybe enjoy your high school experience, or go fucking work. To me, that's an excuse.
Nah, I'm definitely picking. See, this is where I differ. Like, if I have a summer job and school starts whenever, and like, I'll bust my ass throughout the season because I can't work throughout the school year. But like,
But you can. You got weekends off. You got evening shifts.
yeah, but like, we're not gonna be having practice and like shits like to do on the weekends for.
Nah, most high school sports don't operate on the weekend.
That's-
like, so track does.
Wrestling.
Basketball doesn't until they get to the playoffs.
Basketball doesn't have weekend tournaments?
No,
Yeah.
like high school, like not AAU.
Yeah, like weekend. They don't?
99% of games are Monday through Friday.
Interesting. Yeah, that's wrestling is not like that.
Football, Friday night lights, unless the game gets canceled, is moved to Saturday morning.
Interesting.
So
Okay. Yeah, yeah, wow.
So the only sports that are on the weekends are day-long sports. So wrestling,
Yeah.
you get track and field. You get what I'm saying? Volleyball is a weekday thing that can get done in a couple hours.
I hear you. I'm still, but that's me. Like, I'm definitely putting work over sports because chances of me going, like, if I go to college and play sports, cool, but like chances of me going further than that and playing sports is slim to none. So let me get my money now.
You go to the WWE, bro.
Huh?
You go to WWE, what you mean?
Bruh. You know how hard that is too? But
Bro, I had a kid last week, and this shit almost set me off the hinges. This little nigga texted me, and he said, Coach, I can't be at practice because I have something to do for my birthday with my parents.
I got something to do for my... Okay, what's wrong?
You're skipping practice because of your birthday?
Yeah, it's a family event.
Bro, it's an hour and a half on a Thursday. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day to do something for your birthday. And hold on, this is a kid that wants to play college soccer.
I don't think you're being reasonable to people's family life.
So here's the thing. He wants to play college soccer.
Yeah.
This time of year, every year is preseason. So he's gonna go to college and skip practice Because of his birthday?
But we're in high school.
Am I not supposed to prepare him for college? And no, hold on. He's also capable of playing college soccer. You get what I'm saying?
So is this one day of missing practice really going to change the course of his career?
Well, if you're a captain, what kind of example are you setting?
Family over sports.
Are we not your family?
No, not blood.
That's
you, Brian. What you doing for Mikey?
Bro. Bro, every year growing up, my birthday fell on Columbus Day weekend. Tournament. Not game, tournament. Okay. I never got to celebrate my birthday on my birthday. So, hey, coach, I can't go to that game because, hey, I got to go celebrate my birthday.
But you don't have the same family. So this is the thing of hurt people. Because you decided to cut it out for your life, you expect other people to do the same.
Bro, in order to want to make it, you got to sacrifice something.
Yeah, but that hour on a Thursday with his family, he not doing. But I'm sure he came the rest of the week.
Nah, actually, the next day he didn't go either.
Oh, he was hungover. Oh no, he's too young to drink.
Listen, the way these kids, you never know. I don't know. To me, it's what do you sacrifice?
I don't disagree because there's definitely things that I am cutting out if it's like something like I'm pushing for. But like,
so I guess to your point, what do you prioritize? What's important to you? Clearly, a high school sport's not important to you. But if I would have said it was the fucking investing team, right, and you guys had a fucking...
Well, in high school, like, it would have been it would have been sports or work because I was doing both. But, like, it's high school. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think because you went through the entire progression, for you, like, you understand obviously what it takes. But, like, is this kid a junior or a senior?
He's a junior, and your junior year is more important than your senior year.
No, I get that, but my thing is, you have such an uphill battle to try to get to this kid.
Right. Now,
like, you might as well just take that L. All right, bro, but I'm expecting you as a captain to, like, act as such the rest.
Now, here's the thing. If this would have been one of, like, the other kids, like, at the bottom of the bench, you know what I mean? All right, bro.
Nah,
go enjoy your birthday.
But see, shouldn't you want to build up them because they suck?
No. You gotta be here. You suck. You good. You can skip practice. Like,
yeah. Like, you need the extra work, but like, yeah, if you want to, I don't know.
Bro, to me, and even to like tie it back to the conversation,
yeah,
especially when you're an entrepreneur, because I almost feel like sports is a level of entrepreneurism.
Oh yeah,
right?
Facts.
So it's like, bro, you don't get to do everything you want to do. You get what I'm saying? You have to like sacrifice and go through the mud and go through bullshit to then say, you know what, on my birthday, I can't afford to take today off.
But these are kids. How do you know that birthday is not going to be remembered? What if y'all don't win the chip? Like, these are so many hypotheticals, whereas like right here, right now, I can spend time with my family. Nigga, we might not win the chip, and then what?
Bro, in the grand scheme of things, this one little birthday, that's wild.
I mean, but that's drastic. But
that's wild. Bro, at the end of the day, this one thing in the grand scheme of things is so small, but it's a bad habit. Because if you can skip a practice, right, if you can't prioritize this over here, which is your goal.
Yeah.
Your goal could be a sport, it could be debate team, it could be cooking class, whatever your goal is, right? If you can't break a bad habit of making an excuse, whatever that excuse is, right?
Yeah.
Then later on down the road, that one little thing becomes bigger bigger.
So my question to that, because you said it's a bad habit. So what's more important, sticking to this regiment or someone's mental and spiritual health?
All right, bro. I'm not comparing this nigga.
No, but you have to. But
his birthday is not his mental and spiritual health.
Yes, it coming from me. Yes, it is.
Because of his birthday?
Yes, people love to celebrate life in their birthdays. I don't resonate with that, but I empathize. Like, okay, if that's what you want to do.
Well, here's the thing: you're never, for the rest of your life, always going to spend your birthday.
So let him have it in high school, because when the world actually hits him, it's gonna be a reality check. But right now, he's a fucking child.
But what if later on down the road he can set himself up so later he can enjoy his birthday?
So
and you also mean to tell me Friday, Saturday, Sunday he didn't do shit for his birthday?
I hope he did.
So what was 1 hour if he had 4 more days?
What was one practice when you had 4 more days?
When you're supposed to be a leader and we only got a week till our first game, one practice is a big fucking deal.
Hey, man.
Because you're not going to go to college and say, I'm skipping practice. Bro.
Hence why you do it in high school.
This nigga. All right, I'm done. Next topic, bro.
I'm curious to see what people think, because I have no problem cutting these things out, but watching people who have like family oriented like connections, I appreciate it. It's like, yeah, do your thing, because when the world hits him and it's just like, yo, if you really want to play at the next level, at a very high level, you can no longer do this. So give it to him now. That's what I would say, because chances are,
you got it.
Nigga not going to the MLS anyways. I almost said MLB, but that's interesting. It's interesting. Brian, what you think?
Yeah, nah, that's
Brian's whole family moved his little
to Vermont.
Cat
said, all right, we're buying a house in Vermont.
Nah, that's
that's crazy.
I didn't have that growing up, but I guess I respect it.
You know what? If the nigga really wanted his family, he would have said, y'all come support me at my soccer shit. Because soccer's that important to me and I want to spend my birthday with y'all, so come to my soccer shit. And then after, we'll go to dinner.
I don't disagree with that either. But I don't think there's anything wrong with either. Like, I understand you as a coach and like what
you gonna hold on.
Yeah.
Are you gonna miss work because of your birthday?
I'm a grown man who can make that decision.
Okay,
though.
right. At this point in his life, his work, unless he actually does have work, which I established. Hold on.
Yeah.
Some of his only work is school. Mm-hmm. Like, unless he has an actual job, which we established some do.
Yeah.
Is school and whatever extracurricular you have. If you cannot commit to the rules that extracurricular has, which is you're not allowed to miss practice.
But it's not a rule because this is preseason.
Well, okay. So what if, right? We were in season.
Okay.
And it was his birthday. And I also have a rule that if you miss practice the day before a game, you're not playing in that game the next day.
That's real. I respect that.
So now he missed practice the day before a game.
For his birthday?
For his birthday. It's still okay?
But there's too many hypotheticals. But yeah, my thing is so, you as a coach, right?
Bro, your birthday's not that important.
Hold on, but you as a coach, if his parents is like, hey, listen, we're doing something special for his birthday, whatever, he's gonna miss practice. Like, does he really not gonna be able to play? And you're gonna say no.
I'm gonna say I have a rule,
and you're gonna play, you're gonna play a team that if he doesn't play, you're gonna lose.
I have a rule, and nobody is above that. What am I teaching to everybody else?
That's toxic masculinity.
How?
Because
what am I teaching to everybody else if I let one person do it, but everybody? So now everybody gonna be like, yo, my birthday, my niece's christening, my auntie's baptism. No, bro.
I mean, I hear you stand on it, but I also I empathize with rules are made to be broken or tweaked. Like, it's not the 10 Commandments.
And here's the thing.
It is high school.
Now, I could understand if practice was 4 hours long, right? And I was taking up his whole evening. Mm-hmm. Bro, I was taking up 4 to 5:30. And I'm pretty sure his parents ain't got out of work till 4:30.
Oh, which means he will only
And on top of it, he has his own car.
Oh, I respect that.
So he could have drove to practice and met them wherever the fuck they were at.
Is he, what ethnicity is
Jamaican.
he? Oh, yeah, bro. Let him spend time with his family. The reason why the reason why I say that is because, again, black households, there's not a lot of camaraderie. Like, there's not a lot of love and, affection given. So, I don't know. Me, if I was a coach, if I was a boss or a leader, I'm empathizing with that. I'm like, yo, listen, you got to make a deal. This is where you create buy-in. Like, yo, listen, being a leader of the team, I'm not happy that you're doing this, but listen, when you come back to practice, I need you to show me that I made the right decision letting you go. And that is going to be like, all right, when he comes back, he's going to bust his ass for you. But, like, don't make him feel bad.
I just don't. Literally, he texted me, he said, Coach, I'm not going to be at practice because I'm doing something with my parents for my birthday. I said, you don't want it enough. No, I said, you don't want to win.
That's a crazy
so you don't want to win.
But
and called it a day.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
What's worse, that or punching a kid in football in the stomach?
Okay, can we preface this by I've never punched a kid?
No, facts. But you just saw that video?
Nah, bro. I haven't been on social media in like 2 weeks.
So there's a video of a high school coach punching one of his players with like the football gear in the stomach, and it wasn't even a hard punch.
Like where the pads were, or where the pads are not.
Where it's not, and it wasn't like a gut punch. It was just like yeah.
Is he getting heat for it?
Oh yeah, I think he got fired. Like, first of all, if that was my son and you hit him, because I think it was in the middle of a game, like, I'm tweaking. But like, but at the end of the day too, it's just like, I don't agree with that response. You said you don't want it enough. Fuck off. Fuck your birthday. That's basically what you said. Fuck your birthday.
Bro, again, I was taking an hour and a half of his time.
But it's his birthday.
Bro.
He said, yeah, you gonna be 17 again. Not.
You gonna be 17 for the whole year. You gonna be 17 all year, bro, and all weekend.
Yo.
You'll be all right. Like, I
wish we could name this episode "Fuck Your Birthday" and like have it not get flagged. But I respect. I don't disagree with. Well, I do disagree, but like I get it because I too like if I want something, I'm willing to go through a wall to get it.
And I think that's.
And I don't have, but we don't have the. Well, you have a strong connection with your family, but like me, I could not care less if like my family showed up to any of my meets. Like it didn't make me play any better. Like I didn't care.
I think what you just said is really what bothers me because, like you said earlier, I've gone through this.
Right.
Like I did the high school, the soccer, the professional. I've done it, so I know what it takes.
You know your way.
Correct. It's not the only way.
Right.
I don't want to say like my way is the only way, yada yada yada, whatever, right? But it's one of those things that it's like, bro, I'm giving you the blueprint, and there's other factors into this, like the kid we do sprints, right? Mm-hmm. And the kid's like, oh, I'm a game player, not a practice player. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what that means.
You better turn on some Deion Sanders.
No, bro, like,
like you got prime time, baby.
So it's like there's a lot of factors, but it's like, bro, how bad do you want this? Because that's the type of kid that'll take a day off for his birthday, and then when he's conditioning for preseason, he knows he should be doing 2-a-days. Well, I didn't really feel like doing this today, so I'm only training once. Or, oh, they're having a party, so I went out the night before. Like, those are the bad habits that I'm just trying. Because if you can find any excuse, right, to do something that is going to hinder your progress, you're going to find an excuse.
Do you have like this? Do you have like these team meetings with the entire team, like talking sternly and low-key cussing them out, like?
Yeah.
Like remember the Titans type shit? We will be perfect. Because as you were talking, I was thinking of Coach Carter and like the uphill battle he had of these kids. It's just like, yeah, we just want to play basketball. Because like it's actually really sad that these kids who play high school sports, like that's what they're living for. And like a lot of them, like you see it today, like that is the highlight of their life, which is also really sad.
So here's my thing, right? At the beginning of every season, I ask them, what do y'all want to achieve?
Yeah.
Right?
Because
if y'all just say, yo, we just want to go out here and have fun, well then bet. I'm going to collect this paycheck. I'm going to let y'all for 2 hours every other day, run around. We're going to play some games and call it a day. But if you look at me and say, yo, I want to develop as a young man on and off this field and prepare myself for whether I play in college, don't play in college, or go to college, I want to be a better person, well, then I'm going to prepare you to be the best person you can be to the best of my ability.
I respect that.
You get what I'm saying? And part of that is not cutting corners or not making, to what are me, excuses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, a birthday is not an important enough reason to skip, especially because, bro, if you had a test the next day, like an actual test, you're not going to study it all that day before?
It's high school. Probably not. Bro, it's like, I
not all of us were fucking Jimmy Neutron in high school, Spencer.
I wasn't, bro. I was the worst student in high school, but it's like, it's high school. Like, you know how many people who just excelled and peaked in high school and then did nothing else?
And that's what I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen.
I'm
trying to make sure these, because some of them, especially this kid, he is good.
Yeah.
And as high as his potential is to go far, his potential is equally as far to peak in high school. I think, and maybe I want it more than he wants it.
Well, that's a fact. So in those situations, like, you got to give him grace and sternness, like,
right. And
you don't want this shit,
huh? Nah, I'm gonna ride him, but at the end of the day, bro, like, I can bring you to the water, can't make you drink. I can't force any decisions.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So if you say, now, if I would have said, like, all right, bro, you cut. That would have been extreme.
Don't come back.
then I'd be like, all right, I'm wilding, right? But, like, to me, that's an excuse. That's not a reason to miss. Now, if it was like, I'm asking for his whole weekend, if I'm asking for, you know what I mean?
Ask other coaches. I'm curious what they say. Like, I'm just,
bro, I've told some people about this. They're like, yeah, that nigga's wilding.
For real?
Actually, the response, you don't want it enough, wasn't even my initial response. It was the nigga that I was standing in front of, and I said, look at this text. He read it and said, he don't want it enough. And I was like, you right. And I was like, bro.
If I got that text from a coach, I'm like, not anymore. Like, shit.
I'd have been like, bet, see ya.
That would have been, but yeah, that's interesting. You know, it's tough. I don't have the patience to, like, mentor or, like, lead a certain age group. Like, middle school, I rock with them. High school, I'm just like, y'all kind of old enough for me to put my hands on you, but also not. So
I fuck with this high school group that I got, though.
Are they like Bloomfield kids like when we were in high school? Because they were like grown adults.
Bloomfield kids like when we were in high school don't exist. Kids like when we were in high school don't exist.
Because they were grown men. Like, there was something in the water.
Yeah, nah.
They're actually kids now.
Yeah, bro. This generation of kid is different, bro.
Interesting.
They're like, I don't know. I don't know how to say it without getting fired.
Man, listen, I see the kids who are coming back to college now, and, like, doing these ridiculous, like, I don't know what to say without getting us canceled. But it's like, yeah, this next generation, I think, like, as baby boomers said, like, we're soft. Like, this next generation, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they need to be coddled or just beaten. Like, I don't know.
Gotta watch my words. But shit. I mean, it's almost been an hour.
That's a fact. These
badass kids.
Yes, and fuck your birthday. I'm not gonna forget that.
I mean it. It's not like I didn't want him to celebrate at all.
To be honest, he a Virgo, so.
Oh yeah, that means I don't know what that means. I don't really care.
I can't wish ill onto a child, but, like, I don't like a Virgo.
All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join a podcast class, slide in Spencer's DMs.
No.
Only about the podcast class.
Slide in the How'd I Get Here podcast DMs.
I'm off social media right now, so y'all could slide in my DMs. I'm not going to see them. Let's wrap up. So
wrap it up. That's a message. No, so my 15 seconds of fame is, because we're talking about entrepreneurship, innovation.
Is that what that conversation was about?
Yeah, that's how it started. Innovation comes out of necessity. So, to your point, you really have to push yourself to the nth degree to really figure out what you're made of and what you're capable of creating to get to where you want to go. Because, to your point, you got to want it.
Word. Collective Space, thank you for hosting us, homing us. My 15 seconds of fame is wrap it up. Period. Just wrap it up. Whatever you're doing, wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wrap.
Sheepskin.
Best podcast in CT. Hit him with the fairy. It's a wrap. We out.